Good afternoon, everybody. Because of the time, we are supposed to stop the discussion and we'll have a formal closing. So, I request the Dean International Relations and Alumni Affairs, Professor C.S.R.K. to come on the dais. I request Dr. Umashankar and advisor to meet to come on the dais. Head of the department, Dr. Anand Kishore. And my co-coordinator, Dr. Vijay Sagar. We'll make it very brief because the other program has to start at 2:30. That's the institute function, the EA function. I'll give a brief report. There are 68 registrations for the meet. Right? Yesterday there were about, I think, 7 or 8 spot registrations. This number actually we didn't expect. In the first week of January, when Dr. Umashankar was inquiring with me, I just said, sir, there are about 10 registrations and I'm not sure how it will go aside. Okay, but thanks to the efforts of alumni members, Dr. Babu Rao of the first batch and Mr. Mahendra Kumar of 77 batch and Mr. Ramaprasad of 83 batch who are very active, so the numbers could be increased and I really appreciate them. And we had Dr. Veeramal Bodu, who has registered but who had made today. Sir, thank you for making to meet today. And about 6 or 7 participants who registered in time. The first, actually, the registration was from my batch, Ramalingam. He could not come; he is abroad. And one more Ramakrishnan, he is abroad, so he is also not could not make it to the function. I request the Dean International Relations Alumni Affairs to say a few words on the closing occasion.
Good afternoon, friends. The dignitaries on the dais, my colleagues, and alumni friends and student friends. It's really wonderful you've taken time off from your busy schedule and completely spent 2 hours, almost 48 hours on the campus, probably trying to recollect your old memories. In the process, I understand you understood the present condition of the department, the strengths, weaknesses, and also opportunities, etc. I strongly feel that every one of you might have identified your role to play for further development of the Department of Chemical Engineering. Probably I am requesting you and also insisting you being the Dean because the alumni has a critical role to play. If you try to look at the global institutions, the alumni is the one who is playing a major role for taking forward the departments. Be critical about what are our shortcomings. The syllabus is outdated, say so, on our face. If the syllabus is not meeting the industry standards, say so. If we are not able to provide a all-round education to our students, which are expected to be the expectations of the industry, please be critical and also suggest the solutions to the department. Please be communicative. That's what we don't want you to lose your contacts. Be communicative with us, be in touch with us, to the faculty or to the department as well as to the institution. I heard a couple of comments in the last half an hour. People are strongly suggesting a group, Facebook group. It's good, but at the same time, I want you to be the member of the major big family, NIT Warangal. I request all of you to be a member of nitwa.in website. Please register yourself, and we are updating it. In fact, we have created some portals also for the student friends. We are requesting the alumni friends to post the interns as well as the job postings, if they are available in the companies, respective companies, to post there in the website, such that some of our alumni might get benefited and students also get an opportunity to interact. Just now, after hearing the comment from you, I sent a SMS to the web developers of the Network.in to create a branch-wise forums in the Network website itself. So we can have that will be the right kind of a platform for the alumni as well as the students to interact. Probably what we require is, I think Chengavadi was already mentioned about the mentoring. That's right, sir. We are also felt being the faculty members of the institution. A lot of mentoring, a lot of apprehensions. Even to get married, people are worried. Students are worried. To get married, sir, it's a big commitment. What type of job? They are worried. What is the kind of job? Even to assess themselves, what kind of a job suits to their personality, they are worried. What we could see is they are taking 5 to 10 years time to settle down in the profession. So, with the intervention of yourself, based on your successes as well as failures, with your rich experience, can we reduce this period of 10 years to 5 years? Maybe much less than that. I think that is where your role will be more critical and useful to the present student community. So, I asked the web designers to create that platform for mentoring the students by the alumni. Not only posting the in terms as well as the job postings, the mentoring is also required. Then I request all of you to come back to the institutions as and when possible, whenever you have a free time, and if you are retired from the active service, please think that the REC Warangal, now the NIT Warangal is there with you. You can spend time here. Like adjunct faculty, we have the opportunities. We are shortly going to we're thinking to introduce another scheme. Yesterday also someone was mentioning, like you can come with your family, not alone, come with your spouse, and stay in the campus, lodging and boarding is free, and then maybe a token honorarium may be given. Spend time with the department, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, need not be course, need not be delivering a course, maybe a few experts like this. That will enhance, that will help the students and as well as the faculty members to identify some problems in the industry on which the faculty can work. Probably your past experience might help the faculty to develop the interactions with the industry people, take up the collaborative projects with the industry as well as the research organizations, etc. I think we are looking at a number of ways of developing the institution and also have a number of roles to play. NITW Foundation is in place. Yesterday we have opened a bank account. I think many of you might have received a copy of the trust deed. And then the first venture of the NITW Foundation. We are going to convert our Punami guest house as the state-of-the-art training center, advanced training center. So you can play a role there. We want to provide a high-end, cutting-edge technology training to the field engineers. Of course, at the same time, we would like to use that center for the overall personality development of the students. And then another segment is the unemployed youth within the vicinity of our institution, because the local people are also have a lot of expectations from the institution. They want our role to play. So that's what we thought is, who can train the unemployed youth, maybe on a skill development programs, and then tying up with the industries like CAA, if you can provide generate some kind of employment to these guys, I think that way we can fulfill our role as a social commitment of the institution. So that's where the alumni also will play a critical role. So on the whole, in summary, probably I would like to say that you have the many roles. The sky is the limit. The only thing is you should be able to spend your valuable time. That's one. Not only the money we are not emphasizing. Money is not the only source of your contribution to the development of the institution. More than that, your expertise, your rich experience, your contacts, all those things will be a lot helpful for the institution. So maybe personally, probably you can stay and continue to stay in your place of residence, and still you can continue. And now you have the Skype, etc. Probably you can deliver lectures by staying at home and interact with our students also. So there are many ways. So only thing is you need to spend the time. So with these few words, I would like to congratulate the Department of Chemical Engineering for organizing this today alumni meet on the occasion of the 50 years of their existence, and also especially Dr. Ben Vinod, who was taking a lot of efforts, spending a lot of time. I think we need a big applause like this, probably.
The students as well. The students who are calling.
Yeah. The future alumni of the Department of Chemical Engineering. So they have tested where I think they might have set their goals, their life goals, what they want to become. I hope some of them have already set goals like they may become Uma Shankar or another Venkat Changavalli, the other persons. Like you have a lot of many stalwarts in your alumni, probably that will motivate you to set your life. So with these few words, I thank the alumni once again. I request you to be there in the auditorium for the Alumni Day function, and we are going to present the Distinguished Alumni Awards. Let us motivate and encourage them, all those 14 Distinguished Alumni Awards. Thank you. With these few words, thank you once again.
Good afternoon to all. So on behalf of the students, faculty and staff of Chemical Engineering Department, and on my own behalf, I thank every alumni who made it possible to come down here and make this two-day alumni meet a grand success. I thank everybody once again. And the department offers a red carpet always for you to visit the department at any time. I have a couple of announcements. It is proud that 3 of our alumni have won the Distinguished Alumni Awards. So the award function is Dr. R.L. Uma Shankar, Sri C.G. Sethuram Garu, and Dr. P.G. Rao Garu. So the awards will be given in the Institute Alumni Day function at 2:30 in the auditorium. I request all the faculty and students to be there to pat our alumni who have bagged 3 awards. Other announcement is, I already stated in my report in the yesterday that we are holding 4 events, namely Alumni Meet, Expert Lecture Series, Student Conference and International Conference. The Alumni Meet is, it is already come to an end, so we have 3 more events. For the International Conference on Chemical, Energy and Environmental Engineering, we need a person to deliver a keynote address. We have been on the job of inviting and finding a foreign speaker, and nobody yet is finalized. If anybody is visiting India from abroad, or anybody is going to be there during March 2021, or if you know any of our alumni who is in abroad in the area of academics or research or industry, I request them to be act as the keynote address speaker for that international conference during March 2021, 2015. The department will be happy and thankful if the alumni can sponsor for organizing that international conference on grand scale. Other thing, so I request 1 or 2 alumni to respond on this alumni meet very briefly.
Very good evening again. All good things have to come to an end, and last 36 hours, something fantastic what we enjoyed. I am grateful to our department, Professor Vinod, and everybody from the department for having organized this. One big thanks to all of you. I think one point came on mentoring by each one in the morning, and I'm sure whenever we meet, we should allocate some time so that some seniors, depending on their expertise, we can group them and accordingly they can mentor. I have a couple of suggestions. How do we meet next time? I think this is fantastic what we did. We made a damn good beginning, and we are extremely happy. First time in this campus. Professor Prasad was only talking mechanical. He's not able to say chemical so many times. But we must make everybody talk chemical. How do we make? Because after 50 years, first time in this campus, any department is celebrating 50 years. We are the first. No computers, no electronics, no electrical. We are the hydrogen, what we talked yesterday. Number one, we led. And how do you go further from here? There are many good things that have happened here. The way we were received, the way we ate here, we had function here, we went around, all these are good. But should we do like this exactly repeat, or shall we go learn from here, go further? I have a couple of suggestions from my side. It has no reflection on any individual how we have not done. I want to say how we want to see next function. First of all, next alumni function, we should not have after 50 years. Very clear, because none of us will be there. I'm sure backbenchers will be there, but the front fellows, I would propose we will have a 54 years function. Why 54? Because everybody says 55 or 60. I want to say 54, something different. 54 because if you take this word chemical, CHEMICAL, if you give A as 1, B as 2, C as 3, chemical comes to 54. That is one reason. Second reason is, if you take the word love, L-O-V-E, that also comes to 54. L is 12, O is 15, V is 22, E is 5. And let us have 4 years from now, so that some of the 64, 75 batches will be able to attend. Hopefully we will live up to that time. If we say 60, it is a little bit difficult to guess. Can we have 54? That means 2019 we must meet here. But we must work for 2019 from today. Who is here, who is not going to attend? Make sure that you bring at least 5 more alumni with you, each one of you. Then only it is successful. Not this 50, 60 guys from 1800, 68 guys, 3%, 4% is shame. But still, when Setu told me, when he sent a mail to me, Venkat, it seems only 10 people are coming, shall I go? One person comes also, I am going. Let that be one, but both of us are going, we will enjoy. I am glad he came, listen to that, he came. Like this, many people would have had doubts. Let us encourage them, ask them to come. Next target for 54 meet should be 540 people minimum. Shall we take the responsibility? Are you taking 540 responsibility?
No, but I just have a suggestion. The meet of 54 years will be happening in the year 55. So then we can have vision 2020.
Which year you said?
2020.
Vision 2020 is.
No, I think.
No. The meet is called 54 years meeting only. We are having the 50th year, which is 2014. In 2015.
But let us fix the date, because unfortunately this time date was fixed considering convenience of the department than the alumni. I want to be a little bit brutal and honest. So yeah, it is true. So I wish many people have suggested some other dates. Then Vinod was very, very candid to say that we have other constraints and these are dates are fixed up. And now instead of saying take it or leave it, we said we will take it. Doesn't matter. We will come again second time and third time. All that. But I think let us propose 54 years. We will celebrate 1920. I think it's up to But let us prepare now, announce in advance, let us work towards the direction. 2020 vision, all that I don't know how much we achieved. That's why let us not combine with that and this. We will have it in 19, have it in a nice time, whether it is January, February, March, subject to your convenience, but others' convenience, holiday time. Let us see so that 540 people come for the next function. Next one is program. What should be the program? We want to improve from what we have done. What we have done yesterday morning, at least in my life, I never sat off late after becoming CEO like this in the audience. This is the first time I am sitting in the audience after a very, very long time and enjoyed every bit yesterday. But I was wondering, shall we do something different? Start from the first introduction itself, first part, the inaugural session. I thought inaugural session, I would love personally a chief guest sending a message. What this chemical industry, chemical engineers have done to this country. What have been the trends? What have we contributed? What should we contribute in future 54 years? I want that kind of chief guest who can talk chemical engineering, not just any other subject. No reflection again on what happened yesterday. I'm still saying I would love to hear, because all of us have contributed to the industry, chemical something. Kuch nahi hua in the inaugural session. It can be any minister, doesn't matter if he talks chemical. Somebody who says this country needed and these guys have contributed the 50 years to this industry and to this nation, so we have done that. Let us be careful of that chief guest. It can be alumni from chemical department itself, doesn't matter. But he must have done solid work on chemical, contributed to the country. Number two, these introductions by each one of us. It took including me a lot of time on this and that, some interesting, some uninteresting. If you can just brief structure, given a structure. Number two is, I hate to talk about myself. If only my classmate Ram Babu introduced me and me introducing Ram Babu, others would have liked listening to that. Otherwise, my dabba will be my dabba. His dabba will be his dabba. Instead, let others' dabba be done by the next fellow. I think that's where I found many times when I started introducing my friend talking about me, there is a lot of genuineness. Then this kahani, idhar paida hua, this gully, that gully can be avoided. This is my second suggestion. So morning inaugural program, what we did, two things are very nice yesterday what we did, but we can improve on inaugural by a chief guest, introduction by your batchmate next to you or anybody else. Third one is around the program. Around the program, let us see these logistics much better. Instead of leaving to this canteen guy saying Idli is over, you know that we are all here, the fellow says Idli is over. And when you go to